Hello, my name is Russell Myers. Welcome to Issues Unite. On Monday afternoon, several uh, major Arab states made a joint statement that all foreign forces should uh, leave Syria. The the statement was made by the foreign ministers of Syria, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Egypt, and Iraq. Now, in this statement, they said that they would offer technical, meaning military assistance, if necessary, to remove these foreign forces from Syria. Now, in Syria's case, we're not quite done with that as yet, but in Syria's case, this is directed at the United States and Turkey. So, if all these countries are, and we're not done. Okay, so if all of these countries are willing to offer their military assistance, then that means that the U.S. Is not welcome in any of those countries. In addition, they also said that that foreign forces should also leave Iraq. Uh, Now, foreign forces in this case does not include Russia and Syria, who is there by invitation, by their request for military assistance. Whereas the United States and Turkey's presence in Syria is against international law and always has been. It also does not include Iran, who is there by invitation and for assistance in both. Iran is assisting in both Syria and Iraq. Now, I know there are the people that are going to say, but we have to be in Syria to help the Kurds. Uh, you've got a number of problems with that. Number one, when our forces first entered Syria, the Kurds were never mentioned as any motivating factor. That only became part of the rhetoric when Trump said that he would he was going to withdraw U.S. forces from Syria, which of course he never did. And in fact, he said that U.S. forces would remain there so that we could take their oil. The second problem you've got with that is that the United States is arming both the Kurds and selling weapons to Turkey. And the Kurds and the Turks are attacking one another in Syria. Number three is that the Kurdish militia, the PKK and YPG, have been on the U.S. State Department list of international terrorist organizations since 1997. I think they were finally removed from that list last year for political expediency. But for over 20 years, they were on the list of international terrorist organizations. Now, the YPG, subsidiary of the PKK, have rebranded themselves as the FSA, the Free Syrian Army, who interchanges members with ISIS, ISIL, and Tahrir al-Sham. So, Tahrir okay. Tahrir al-Islam? I don't remember how to pronounce it. Anyway, so no, we're not there to help the Kurds. We're not. It was shown very clearly that through Hillary Clinton's emails and other documentation, that the United States armed and funded ISIS, ISIL, Daesh, whatever you want to call them. Different names, same organization, not exactly organized, but and weapons caches that have been seized after ISIS had left different areas. 70% of those weapons were U.S. made. Now, of course, if these countries want American forces out of their countries, then if they are going to offer military assistance, then where do you think they're going to turn? They're not going to turn to the United States that they want out of there. They are going to turn to Russia and China. They're not going to turn to American allies in Europe that have also taken part in attacks on these countries and would definitely not offer any kind of assistance. So if they need weapons or military assistance, that is where they are going to turn. So if the United States wants to maintain a military presence against the will of these countries that are willing to use military force to evict the U.S. presence in those countries, then this is going to wind up with a direct confrontation between the United States against Russia and China. Of course, Russia and China will first try to resolve this in a diplomatic manner. But if that fails, they will lend their assistance. So, if the United States insists on maintaining a military presence in these countries, then they are going to be facing a coalition of Syria, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, Jordan, Oman, and other Arab countries are absolutely bound to join in. The UAE, etc. And then you've got Russia and China. So they will be facing, the United States military would be facing a coalition of all of these countries combined, while the United States military presence in those countries are illegal under international law. Think about that. Are we ready for that? Even as the United States has already depleted our resources by sending it all to Ukraine, and while the United States is trying to intensify and work up toward a military confrontation with China over Taiwan. How how does anybody think that this is going to turn out? So this is a very big development, and something which probably isn't going to be reported very widely in Western media. So get the word out there. Talk about this. Share this video. Talk about these subjects. If you can afford it, please donate whatever you can to help expand this channel and my presidential campaign, and I will catch you in the next one. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a good day.